Young world. So I seen the Drink Champs episode with Irv Gotti, the newest episode that just came out today. And I want to say he's been on there 2 or 3 times before or whatever, but let me just say right off the top, I will say this. I think this is the best that I've seen Irv Gotti in an interview as far as his annoyance level. It's like the first time I seen him in an interview, he sat there like he got some goddamn sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the best I've seen this Joker just as a regular Joker. You know what I'm saying? Just a person just chilling. You can vibe with him. He's sitting there talking, not too out. I mean, maybe he said one or two little things, kind of quick, whatever, but nothing major. So I will say that. But as I'm sitting here watching him, something about him is off. Something about him is off. He did speak on the fact that he got bad diabetes, real bad, and I trust me. I like at least what about 15 people I think in my family died from diabetes. My dad died from diabetes. His mom died from diabetes. Countless cousins, aunts, and uncles. Like I could name a bunch of people in my family who died of diabetes, and I did watch my dad shrivel up down to like 100 pounds as he died from diabetes because it got to his pancreas and stuff like that. But it wasn't just the smallest he ever looked. I'm talking about Irv Gotti now. It wasn't just the smallest I ever seen him. It was his demeanor. Something about him is different. Something about him is off. I don't know if these people that gave him this money, maybe is there some type of pressure that came along with that. Maybe like I don't want to just start jumping out there and just saying any old random thing. But definitely something is definitely off with Irv Gotti. Something is different about him. The fact that he's sitting there like he got some goddamn sense is different. Usually this Joker's bouncing around like a goddamn speed bag, just all over the place, just ridiculous. Saying dumb saying just ridiculous. Like so, the fact that he's just sitting there like he got some sense is even weird. So, and he said his kids and his family told him not to go on Drink Champs. I thought that sounded weird. They explained it by saying that because he said like yeah my daughters or whatever. The fact that my diabetes didn't want me drinking and smoking and stuff like that, as if he don't got a mind of his own, like he couldn't just not drink and smoke anyway. So that sounded a little bit weird that they was telling him not to go on Drink Champs. There was actually a couple of things that sounded a little bit weird. Their demeanor together, Nori's demeanor is weird towards Irv Gotti. All of a sudden, like this whole thing, this is a weird ass interview. This interview was weird. Let's just sit here and say that this was a weird interview. I don't know if I was sensing at one point that Nori was feeling jealous of Irv Gotti sitting there with this new demeanor, like this extra laid back, because he's on some I'm back now flossing on jokers with this $100 million I got allegedly, whatever the case is, or I don't know. It's just then Irv Gotti did confront Nori about the stuff with Ashanti saying that he was like instigating, kind of put this was a weird interview, yo. Like this interview was weird, and Irv Gotti looks weird, and the Joker sounds weird. Nori looked weird and sound. I seen Nori do and say and look and say a couple things that looked and sounded weird. I don't know what's going on with Irv Gotti and even and Nori and Drink Champs right now. This whole thing was just a weird ass guy. I guess that's what I came in here to say. Maybe I'm not explaining it. What I'm trying to explain is that this shit was weird. That's just the bottom line. It was all weird. Irv Gotti don't look right. And there was this is what I was thinking. There was a time when he said he talked about himself in a third person, which a lot of I'm saying people do that, but it just sounded weird. Not gonna sit there and say the Joker's a clone and all this stuff, but something about this is just weird. This interview and these Jokers.